Happened there. All of that technology is down on the bench. They use it for concussions a lot too, to check if a player's copped a hit or he's hit his head on the ground. But hopefully Josh Kelly's right to play the rest of this game.
Time management at its best.
Second term underway. Giants lead by 5. Winner proceeds. Loser's season comes to a grinding halt. Taranto hurried ball to the outer side. Lloyd chases after it, gives McVeigh a bit of a hand. Jack gets involved, ducks, weaves, and then floats one over the top. Knew Rampy was going to get there, put it in front of him. Papley couldn't quite. Kennedy tumbles it forward. Now Jack again. Deledio lunging tackle, couldn't get there. Papley inside. The captain lost his feet as well. Had support. Hanbury over the top. Papley somehow got out of trouble. Weaves his way through, and then a wide ball for Rampy. Takes it cleanly. Over the top, he goes to Jack. Inside is Hewitt if he wants him. Goes in that direction, and then chance now just to knock it away. Cornelio picked up by Williams, been brilliant in his first term of the year at this level. Himmelberg, the strongest of hands in front of Rampy.
Oh, they sure were, Haim. Small pocket of GWS fans wanted 50, and there is Josh Kelly warming up on the boundary. Doesn't look terrific, does he, Lingy?
No, especially when we're used to seeing him move so smoothly. He was hobbling away there.
Grundy got up high. Hewitt, McVeigh, and now Jack. Long ball down in the Buddy direction. Davis has been terrific. He's been as per the game plan, right there with him every step of the way. It's been a superb start by Phil Davis, but this is the big story for GWS.
Yeah, big story. You're right about Phil Davis. Geez, played him well. Getting the fist in, taking that position behind him whenever he's up the ground and not let him sneak out the back. As they get deeper, that's when he'll take a forward position on him, but playing it perfectly right now.
Story of the day, but in many ways it's been the story of their season, hasn't it, Haim? So many injuries. We know they've got a lot of players back. So far, Gamble looking okay, but gee, it's a massive hole to fill.
Had problems with his groin earlier in the year. Now the knee, the big watch. Davis, brilliant. Green scored one for the Giants in the opening term. Tomlinson works it just forward of the wing for the Giants. Deledio quick to pounce on the ball. Jones was desperate too. And then Grundy gets involved. Rampy on the up, put it to space. Brilliant. Cornelio tries to work the ball. Played a lot of soccer as a junior. Used a few skills there. And then Alia goes up against Green. McVeigh, Taranto, the young and the old. The ball, one of the ins this week. Chance for Lloyd. Works it forward. Alia in a bit of trouble. Got beaten to the ball. And then Lloyd around the corner. Swans have it in their captain's hands.
Skipper up to disposal number 12 now. Getting a lot of it. McVeigh, a former captain of this club. Down the line he goes. McCartan didn't really get a fly at it. It's been a quiet start for him.
They're just holding on a little bit at the moment, the Swans, early on in this quarter. I think the Giants are out hunting them.
Stand up. Throw it in.
Being really physical on a few of the Swans players.
Hold the man, Sydney. Isaac, try get the ball.
What do you want me to do?
Don't stand up.
Kellen Ward telling umpire Nathan Williamson how he saw it. And to be fair there, the umpire had warned them multiple times. Just let it go, boys. And human nature, sooner or later they're going to pay a whistle, aren't they? Hanbury, his skills have been just a little fumbly, but he got it up quickly, and it was just enough because the kick forward was okay, but Whitfield, he read the Parker kick brilliantly, and now Green on the burst, just held up for a moment. Inside the square, Toby Green, he took a little bit off it. Alia, one-handed, superb.
There's the confidence to do that. This is an elimination final. Don't know what's coming behind you, and just took it one-handed. Beautiful.
His father always said to him, "You'll play sport one day." I'm not sure whether he thought he'd play sport so brilliantly, the highest level in Australia. Out the ball goes to Hanbury. Driving ball. Papley's the target. Perryman gets there first. Quickly gives it off. Hopper. Over the top to Cornelio. Waits a little while, but no one was bearing down on him. He had some time. Now he puts it inside 50. It's going to be cut off all too easily. Lloyd is there. Just quietly gets a lot of the football, Lloyd.
The Giants are all over them at the moment. It's just that last kick inside forward 50 that's hurting them. The Swans are chopping it off. Leon Cameron desperately wanting to know what the go is with Josh Kelly.
They work it forward into a man with brilliant hands. Heaney, chased by Williams, got his boot to it. Going to get a second chance, Heaney. Can he work through all of this? Left boot, around the corner, Davis. How brilliant was that?
That's 50.
Come back here, Mark's here. Mark's play on.
The Davises having an afternoon trying to curb the influence of one of the game's most influential and doing a hell of a job for the moment. Robinson.
Buntine's kick it was coming out. Hayne, brilliant tackle. Himmelberg, he is a hard man to tackle. The skipper for the Sydney Swans, and Josh Kennedy doesn't often cough it up. Now Green against Aliir. The boot was out. The ball's on the deck. Does it stay? And Aliir has played it well, and he might have hurt his arm here.
He just copped a knee in that contest. Just a bit of a dead arm there, I think.
And Jude, what about Leon Cameron being down on the bench? Just asking, it would seem, about the fitness of Josh Kennedy.
Yeah, he coached from the bench in the first term, Leon Cameron, but he's just asking Josh Kelly. To be honest, I think structurally, hopefully, it's okay because he's on the bike. It looks like they've gone through those tests.
Josh Kelly, rather obviously, and Grundy, that was a good mark with the ball coming in a wobbly fashion. Not easy to wrap your hands around those.
Play on.
Giants by 5 points. Grundy kicked down the line, big pack, Whitfield in it. Sinclair, last touch before it rolls over. And the niggle continues.
Let it go. Let him go.
So 18 minutes since the green goal. It's been an arm wrestle. Giants by 5. Sinclair out the back, knocks it down to Heaney in the front. Floating ball forward. Davis again not giving Franklin an inch, and Davis getting a bit of help. Bunteen terrific.
The Giants have just got to compose themselves when they get the ball inside 50 now, because they've got a lot of control of this game, but just keep coughing it back to the Swans.
Taranto the tackler. Jones stood up. Handballs it wide. Hanbury did enough. Got it over the top. Made it tricky for McCartan though. Off the ground the ball goes. Heaney tries to grab hold of it. Hayward does. Tumbles it forward. Bouncing ball. Papley. Superb. Papley on the left. Papley towards goal. The talent of Mr. Papley. Second for the Swans. They're in front.
And there's the difference right there. Ability to use the ball, kick the goal. The Giants had a heap of opportunities to start this second quarter. Wasted them going forward. Tommy Papley didn't waste it. Beautiful kick. Does not look comfortable at all, Josh Kelly.
I wonder what doubt's in his mind right now.
This is simply brilliant by Tom Papley. Took it at pace on the left. Magnificent kick, and that's the difference. Great ball use compared to coughing it up at the other end.
Set up by Will Hayward's first disposal of the afternoon. A slow start for him, a slow start for McCartan also. Tom McCartan still hasn't got a touch. Buntine to Deledio. And that's what he's looking at down the ground. The Swans have had time to get back, so Ward had to come hard. Did pretty well. He kept it alive. He did very well. Langdon back to Deledio. He's getting into the game now. Former Tiger, his old team having such great success. Must be hard to watch, but at a new club, creating their own destiny. Long one in from Himmelberg, waiting down Tomlinson, snaps back, it's got a bit of roll on it, it's got a lot of roll on it, but doesn't get over the line, and then McVeigh with a handball over. Concedes the point.
Josh Kelly's just gone down the rooms, fellas. I think he'll just go down and get that knee tested out, whether they put a little bit of local in. He's in a lot of discomfort.
Scores level. Chance for Ronk. Got the opener of the afternoon. Hanbury, he's got the pace to go with Ward. Just rolled past Ward. Franklin awaits. Davis ends up with the football. Works it back inside. Was clever. Didn't blast away. Kennedy now to Reid. What a story. Whitfield dances the dance. Back inside by hand. And the ball over the top. Can it come unstuck? Ronk. Terrific take. And then Reid stopped him in his tracks. Brought in by Hopper. 16 apiece. 12 gone. Second term.
Toby Green's got to be careful with that. I know we say it's protecting space, but you don't want to throw the boot out there. And Jeremy Cameron, he's had his troubles with the MRO as well. Toby Green's just got to be a bit cautious with that one.
Sydney.
The Brilliants can deviate into the grey with Toby every now and again, can't it?
Yep.
Florent turned 26 weeks ago.
Move it on.
Not a
Fight on.
Florentine anymore. Takes it off from the half-back line. Away they go. And that's a very good mark. Almost Buntine. Not quite. Ball on the deck. Robinson got his handball away. That was clever to Ronk, who rolls the ball towards the line. It rolled along the line for a moment.
Will. That's the line there.
Deliberate.
Yeah, fair call.
Kennedy. It's not a great kick into a nest of Swans. Heaney and Florent, they got in each other's way there. Heaney came hard, back to Cunningham. Kennedy, just a little fumble. It was costly in the end. De Boer behind the back to Cameron. That was interesting. Now the ball towards 50. Aaliyah didn't quite get enough on it. McVeigh at the back. He's been mopped him up well. He's had a big role to play back there and done it well so far. Scores level, 16 apiece.
Just light drizzle at ground level now, so it's really greasy. Got a body line the football.
And Giants' contested work is good. Their pressure is good, but gee, they're hurting themselves with their ball use.
Chance for Taranto to give to Whitfield. Did exactly that. Runs into the pocket. Produces some brilliance. It's a minus score. Rain starting to come down now at the SCG. You heard the way Jude Bolton said that all the players should be thinking now. Skidding ball, get your body behind it. Giants by a point.
Rampy from the back pocket. Hayward, slowish start for him as we mentioned. Here's Reid. He's done a couple of big things. Buntine hooks it back inside 50. Tough one to mark. Taranto went back with courage and then applied the tackle on Cunningham, but it got out to Kennedy, who kicks quickly. Bouncing ball, Parker threw it out to Hewitt. Hewitt goes towards the middle of the ground and Jones. And the Jones boy is off. It's tough keeping up with the Joneses this weekend. Two of them in two states in big finals. Heaney turns around and goes down towards the attacking 50, but Williams off the line and marking cleverly in front of Papley.
Kicks beautifully to Whitfield, quickly by hand to Kennedy. Tumbles the ball forward, doesn't quite work out. Hewitt, pause and then backwards to Aaliyah by hand, quickly by foot. Chance for Florent, couldn't quite Ronk. Just kept the ball going forward. Robinson under pressure. That's how it's going to be all afternoon. Deledio stole the footy onto the left. He goes and delivers perfectly to Himmelberg. Outer side. Himmelberg takes a couple of steps and then crashes it long to half forward. Green and Rampy. Rampy read it well. No, boundary line. Gets the better of the Swan.
George Hewitt doing a really good job on Dylan Shield. Only the 5 disposals in this second term.
He's done that role so well this year, hasn't he, Bolts? George Hewitt asked to do some big jobs. So important to this Swans midfield.
Yeah, he's a really strong player over the footy, but he's really diligent and sticks to his task.
GWS by 5 points at the first change. Here's De Boer. They lead by a point. They lead by 7 points. Matty De Boer, bang on. Well, he's got a role to play every time he goes out there, and his career has been a meaningful one since he left Fremantle. He was picked up almost a bit of a speculatory pick, but he's come in, had a role to play all the time, and clearly they like him at GWS. When he's fit and available, he's in their team.
Great play, Matty De Boer. Fantastic finish. Lovely little step there. Pressure's been great from the Giants, so great to see them get some reward. 13 tackles to 5 in this quarter, leading the way 28-21 for the game. Excellent.
Swans got out to a 7-point lead. Now it's the Giants by that margin. The former Docker gets his first most experienced finals campaigner from a Giants perspective. Played in the grand final for the Dockers. Now searching for the big game. Wearing the Giants jumper. Lob. Knocks it down. Hopper got a battle on against Sinclair. Ball bobbles about the place. Cornelio hurriedly forward. Deledio. Urs with the handball. The ball was good. On the up. Gave it to Tomlinson. And then Hayward pounced on him. Kelly still in some pain, obviously. And the trainers just trying to work out where to next with the smooth move. If you've just joined us, right knee the concern. Tomlinson. Touch play on the call. Langdon may not have heard it. McVeigh quickly on the tackle.
Callum, Rory.
Little breather. And away we go again. Shield tracking this ball. He soccers towards the line now. How will they see this one? Deliberate. Well, that's 2 out of 3. Phil Davis, Buddy Franklin. There was one questionable one not paid in the opening term.
Buddy wanted the Phil Davis kick towards the boundary and didn't get it, didn't he?
No, quite right. Parker got it from Cunningham. Heaney, so good in the air. Williams, well done. Well, they've all looked reasonable. Williams has come in and not missed a beat.
He's done so well. Have a look at the Telstra tracker with Buddy Franklin. A lot deep in this game so far. He's been completely beaten by Phil Davis. Davis doing a wonderful job on him. I wonder if with that phone call from Horse there, maybe it's get him up the ground a little bit, just try and free him up for 5 or 6 minutes.
Chance here for Papley. Already created something brilliant in this term, and well, that was not what he wanted. There's Buddy.
Rory and Callum,
More than double the next highest goal scoring Swan. Buddy 57, Hayward 28. So stem Buddy's influence, and you go a long way to stopping the Swans. They've scored 2 for the afternoon. One was Ronk, one was Papley.
Play on.
Kicked into Perryman. Did
Holding the man. Giants.
back to Perryman it goes. Never took possession of the football, so Perryman. Little run over the top
Dan,
from a small town. Colin Gully to Taranto.
Move on, Tim. Play on.
Down the line, Taranto. Newman, big leap. Ward in front. And Kennedy kicks the ball out of bounds on the full. That rain's getting heavier, Jude.
Yeah, it's starting to not bucket down yet, but it's pretty heavy now. But also, just an update, Josh Kelly's still downstairs in the rooms looking after that right knee.
Bolts just spoke earlier about body lining the ball when it's wet. It's so important now to be outnumbering at the footy, coming back to the ball. Little mistakes will happen even more. Got to get back there and support your teammates.
Ward got it to Shield. A brilliant pace of Shield, and then Aliir did well. That wasn't easy. He reached around those long arms and got something on it. Wonderful story. Family from Sudan fled to a refugee camp where Aliir was born. He was 7 when his father died in the camp, and next year with his family moved to Australia, became the 2nd Sudanese player after Majak Dor to play AFL. He's become a regular this season. Magnificent. And Buddy, brilliant there. Found Cunningham. Outside 50. Wasn't confident in the distance. Fist came, and it came late. It was knocked away. Buntine now with a bit of work to do. Reed the clearer. Langdon the brilliant spoil. Hewitt off the bench. Can he mark? Ward, magnificent. Got there. Knocked the ball over. They live to fight another day.
You know you've produced something brilliant when all of the bench get to their feet and start applauding. Cornelio is watching on 10 metres away. Plenty of support. He's still waiting to get on the ground, Cornelio. So Giants by 7. Swans did lead by 7. Low scoring affair so far. 3-5 to 2-4. Hanbury works it back down the line. Ronk got the first of the afternoon. Kennedy trying to get a boot to it. Did pretty well there. Buddy might end up with the ball in his hands. Davis again. Just inches from where Buddy is. Ronk, this time Davis goes at him. Haynes ends up with a football. Ronk tries to corral him, gets the boot away. Football works down the line. Knocked cleverly from Shield to Hopper, and then he's going to give it back to the Swans. Yeah.
Swans will get the free kick here, but if you talk about on-field leadership, what Cal Ward just did with that huge spoil, but then what Phil Davis is doing as well. Just the job he's doing on Franklin, but also how he's helping his teammates and standing strong down back there. If you've got some nerves as a Giants player, look to your captains.
What a grab by Parker in the wet, goes long down to that contest, and there he is again. It wasn't a great kick, obviously, but Lingy, you called it spot on, and Davis is having some sort of afternoon in the wet. Williams on Buddy, the most lethal player in the competition, certainly the most lethal forward. You'd have nightmares about this contest, but gee, he's taken it on.
Thanks,
Haynes short to Whitfield. Inside defensive 50, risky kick. Gee, that was brilliantly done by Sinclair. That was dangerous. Cornelio, though, got there, slapped it around the corner. Not quite. And Kennedy arrives. Handball off to Jones. Ran into some trouble, then bounced off. Sends the ball towards the 50. This time Buddy in front. Davis right there. Couldn't grab it. Ball's alive through Papley. Back in the Buddy direction. Davis got there first. Buddy not done with yet. Lloyd the quick kick. Back towards goal. No mark. Still alive. Missed by Haywood. Haynes has got some work to do. Soccer's off the ground to Reid. And the mark is taken inside 50.
The Davis-Franklin battle is fascinating to watch, isn't it?
Absolutely brilliant. We crave those, don't we? The one-on-one matchups where you've got a great forward, great defender going head-to-head, not sharing opponents, anything like that. It is brilliant to watch.
And you reckon you won't sleep well before a final? Imagine sleeping knowing you got Buddy to deal with for an afternoon.
And knowing that we were going to play the tape from round 3 or 4 in the year.
Himmelberg. Aliir. A rare time he's beaten in the air. Newman. Chance for Green to just work it in the Cameron direction. And he couldn't do that. He's skipped over it, has. So Swans get the ball back. What a matchup. Davis and Franklin. Star defender, star forward. Elimination final as the rain comes down at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
And the points 100% Phil Davis at the moment, dominating him.
Lob came with the last leap and knocked it over. Aliir with a clearing kick.
Rory, Callum, thank you.
So there they are. It's the main event within this main event. Long way off the action at the moment. They are the combo closest to the Sydney Swans goals. Lob and Sinclair. Sinclair first hands. Lob did well though. Handball back. Hanbury. Hopper. Free kick.
Sydney, go through, nice. Hold there, Jacob.
Dan Hanbury.
Move it on.
Disposal number 11. He's
Play
been
on.
busy. Kennedy with 16 and Parker with 15. Heaney flew high there. Hewitt and then Kennedy off the ground. Tough one here. Bursting through Deledio. Got it to Hopper. Not the required journey. That was brilliant by Green. Deledio kept going. And then the ball rolls over the line. 4:12 remaining in this second term. Giants by 5 points at quarter time. They've got it out to 7 points. It's tight and it's tough. Elimination finals footy at the SCG.
Hewitt not going to get there. So Ronk got the first of the afternoon, then 2 to the Giants. Cornelio and Green.
Keep your meter.
Giants by 5 at quarter time. Papley and De Boer, the goal scorers in this second term.
I was just shocked to see those inside 50 numbers. 16 to Sydney in nearly a half of football. That is extremely low.
Touch, Nate.
They haven't had a wonderful time in front of goals this year. 12th best offence.
No wonder Buddy's up the ground a bit, trying to hunt a bit of footy and get away from Phil Davis, free himself up a bit, but just wants to see some balls. 16 inside 50s in a half, 27.
The average thingy 25 a half.
Reid just overcommitted in the end. Jack picked it up and tumbles it forward. Bunteen, McCartan, Ronk. Hard to pick up this slippery ball. Jack did it effortlessly. And over the top, waits the ball. Papley, full stretch, couldn't get there. Tomlinson did what Jude Bolton said to do. Lined up the ball, kept it in front of him, tumbles it back into the square. Heaney to Florent, inside by hand. Chance for Cornelio, did well. Waited it over the top. Ward couldn't get the handball away. Picked up by De Boer. Now to Hopper, to Whitfield. Just works himself towards the members and then floats the ball forward. Himmelberg, Aliir, chance for Cameron. Can he pick it up, work it forward? Runs, gives the hand. Himmelberg, back it comes. Now a chance for Green. Squeeze the kick. Stays to the right. Minus scored. Giants by 8.
This is brilliant by, first of all, Kieran Jack, but look at it. What we don't see just on the left there is the Giants players coming back to the footy, outnumbering at the ball when it's greasy and it's high pressure. Tackles are going to be laid, mistakes are going to be made. The next little spill, you've got to come back in and clean up for your teammates.
Papley's got it just backward of the wing. Heard the call, asked to go, he goes backwards.
Hold.
Lloyd.
Jacob, hold.
Giants
Zach,
by
Zach.
8 points, biggest lead of the game. Tells you something.
Zach, play on.
Not much between these two teams. Geographically as close as you can get.
Play on.
And on the scoreboard, nothing in it. Well, McCartan still hasn't touched the footy. Crowd thought maybe a free kick. Buntine just edged him under the ball. Still no touch. Haynes got it moving. Kennedy now. Tomlinson. Carry the ball towards the wing. Next one's for Green on half forward. Marks in front of Jones. Can go quickly. Just held up a little. Less than 2 minutes remaining in this opening half. High ball back towards the square. Swans tangled and got in each other's road. De Boer pulled down. Socket quickly. Ricochets back to Heaney. Cunningham with a clearer.
Didn't have much time, but got the ball away. Going to come back. Williams did really well, and then just lowers the eyes, bounces in front of Himmelberg, picks it up brilliantly. Himmelberg, that's some sort of a goal. When you've got no time to think, it's got to be instinct. Himmelberg trapped the footy, went back and got it, and finished things off. Superb. Giants by 14. They've kicked the last two.
Well, he's had a great game, Aliir, but that not his best moment there.
Zach Williams has been very important, brilliant by Himmelberg, but Aliir, I mean, I'm not sure what he was thinking. Maybe it was a duty of care thinking, well, I don't want to end up hurting Himmelberg, but couldn't just jump him and let him have a free shot at goal.
Out to 14 points now, a worrying 14 points for the Sydney Swans. Really need to get one back in the minute and 14 that remain. Hayward, just his second disposal of the half at the back. Haynes knocked it back into a troublesome position, but Ward was there, so no trouble. And then Haynes swings it out wide, about 70 from home. Hayward again, De Boer, good hands to Shield. Can they run at the length of the field and get one at the other end? Rampy, no mark, went to ground. They're all slipping over. Not Cameron though. Gets his hands on the footy. The long left foot boot. It's offline. Where will it bounce? Will it stay in? Grundy watches it and over it goes.
The crazy thing is, 14 points isn't the end of the world for the Swans, because they have been dominated. When you think they're 19 inside 50s to 31, pressure's been better by the Giants. They've had plenty more opportunities. Just got to hold on here to half time.
2-3 to a goal in this term. Hopper, quick ball. Sweepers there, Rampy, professionally or otherwise. A minor score only. Giants by 15.
Don't reckon you could play that any better than he just played that then.
That was professionally, absolutely.
Toby, hold.
So here's Aliir. He's been superb. Sometimes his decision-making by foot or hand coming out of defence, not always ideal. OK that time, though. Papley to Hanbury. Driving ball. Davis. How fitting that is that he climbs on the back of Big Buddy. Close to the half-time siren in front of the interchange gates. He's been dominant. Haynes. No Mark McVeigh. Chance now Langdon. He slipped over. Himmelberg on the siren. Phil Davis take a bow. Quite superb. He's outpointed the All-Australian captain so far. 4-7 GWS. Sydney 2-4. It is a 15-point lead after they led by 5 points, GWS, at quarter time. 15 at half-time. Let's get down to Jude.
Phil, you've had an incredible opening half and absolutely dominated Franklin early on. What are you seeing up the field?
Oh, there's just great pressure. The ball's wet. We're playing the basics really well. I must admit, my other backs are doing a great job with the midfield as well. Help me out. So, hey, one thing I know about Buddy, he's a fucking great player. Sorry, but he can do a big second half, so be careful there.
You've limited to 19 inside 50s. That pressure's been fantastic, hasn't it?
Yeah, the mids. You know, you see every two finals so far this weekend. The teams are doing the basics well. They're owning the territory battle. And that's what we're going to keep doing in the second half.
Good luck.
Thanks, you.
Well, we understand Buddy brings out the best and the worst in you. Makes you nervous. 15 points, GWS lead. And Josh Kelly not amongst most of the action. Really good signs for the Giants. Can the Swans come back? Second half not far away.